Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've got another process video to share with you using some more Cheeky Studio products. Loving the February design team kits. So for this one, I focused on the Unicorns and Rainbows collection, and there was a specific piece in that collection that I thought would go perfect with this photo that I had of my birthday cake from when I turned 34 this past December. And so that's kind of where I started with this layout. It all stemmed from that photo. I kind of let the photo guide me a little bit to begin with, and then I kind of took that one die cut piece from the Unicorns and Rainbows ephemera pack that said, "May all your dreams come true." And I kind of just let those pieces guide where I wanted to go with this. So what you're seeing there is I'm using a Shimmer's Colorings mist, and I love what happened there. I sprayed it on to that white cardstock, which is a basil cardstock, and when I rolled my paper towels over it, my paper towels are actually like a patterned texture, and you can see the pattern in the colorings, which was so cool. So I just had to point that out. And that colorings is Pink Stilettos, which is actually in the Winter Flowers mini mixed media kit, which you can get at the Cheeky Studio shop as well. I just thought the color went really well with some of the colors from the pattern paper that I was using for this one, and it goes really well with the Unicorns and Rainbows collection too, I think. Especially when I rolled the paper towel over it, kind of gave it a softer pink look. It wasn't as bright. So if you think it looks like super vibrant in the bottle, roll that paper towel over it. It's a nice way to kind of soften it up. Or you could gesso the paper beforehand. Use like a white gesso just to kind of lighten it up a little bit if you wanted. So that tissue paper was another element that I knew beforehand I totally wanted to use. And I actually opened up a box I'd gotten at work. Somebody, I don't know, they packaged something up and they threw some of that tissue paper into it. And when I saw it, I went, oh my gosh, it goes perfect with the colors from this Unicorn and Rainbows collection. So I brought that home from work and I said, that picture, that die cut, this pattern paper, I knew specifically that's what I wanted to use. Obviously the white cardstock, because I don't know, I have a lot of white cardstock in my stash. I think it's such a great piece to have, just to keep on hand. The tissue paper, those were kind of like, that was like my list of things that I knew for sure I wanted to use. And then when I was I had purchased this crepe paper ephemera pack also from Scrapbook.com, and I thought, because I thought there were a couple pieces in there that might also work just to kind of accent some of these scrapbook layouts and the Unicorns and Rainbows collection as well. So when I saw those tags, I thought, you know what, those might be kind of cute to do like layering behind this photo. And then I was also kind of basing this layout off of another scrapbooker, Susanna Lee. She had done a layout with this same kind of structure. And she had done, I can't remember if she did a ribbon behind the photo, but I just went into my ribbon stash, and so I found that green ribbon. It doesn't totally specifically match, but it goes. And if I learned anything from the show What Not to Wear, it said it doesn't have to match, it just has to go. So really liked that ribbon. So yeah, before you even started laying anything out, this is what I've really been trying to do. Before you even lay anything out, I kind of just pull the elements. So I have like a list of things that I totally want to use, and then either I'm working from like a sketch or I have like an idea in my head, and I pull elements that need to meet like sketch or what's going on in my head requirements. And so I have those items already pulled and ready to go before I even start like working and laying things down. And then I just like have some extra bits and bobs on hand so that I can kind of throw a couple of extra pieces on. And that's what you'll see here, because I wanted to use that May All Your Dreams Come True die cut. But then I loved some of those other extra pieces from that other crepe paper pack. because this was about my birthday. And so because it was about myself, I thought that other thing that said, love yourself, fit really well. And then there was another one that I pull out that said, I think it says, this is happening. Because the title of this ends up being, am I really 34? And so it's like, yeah, this is happening. I'm getting older, you guys. So I just thought that was really cool. So anyway, the point of this is that I find it really helps me when I pull the things that I want to use before I start working, because sometimes it's too difficult for me to just kind of like take a photo and be like, okay, let's just start scrapbooking, and then I have to like get up a lot and go through different drawers and try to find the things that I'm looking for. It's almost like I take an evening and just like start pulling things first and then come back the next day and then start laying everything out. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. If you are looking for a scrapbook strategy that needs to be helpful for you or that could work for you, maybe that's what you need to do. I don't know. Give it a shot. That's what I've been doing a lot of lately, especially when like today, my daughter took a 45-minute nap, and that just doesn't cut it for me. So when I have not a lot of free time, sometimes it's just a lot easier to like already have pieces pulled, and then I can quickly, it's almost like I'm making myself my own kit. And then I can just, when I do have the time to come scrapbook, I can just very quickly say, oh, these are the pieces that I'm going to use. And then I just put them all together the way that I want to put them all together when I'm ready to go. So you'll see up in the very corner, I did like a little contrasting color. That was actually the B side of that pattern paper, and I just threw that up there in the corner. I'm going to add a couple of embellishments from the unicorns and rainbows ephemera pack, because there were some hearts and stars on the May All Your Dreams Come True die cut. I decided to put some rainbow or some stars and hearts up there in that corner just to kind of match what was on that word die cut. And then I've been loving finding some fun alphas in my stash, which like never happens because I'm always running out of stuff in my stash. But I had some old Basic Gray Mon Ami collection, but I'm so sad that Basic Gray is not in business anymore in terms of their paper. But I had some mini alphas, which actually went really well with the kind of like the yellow coloring from the pattern paper, and then just some like random American Crafts stickers that were like white and glittery. So I used those for my multi-title, my multi-word title. That's what I'm trying to say. And then here, those are the unicorns and rainbows stickers, and there are some really pretty kind of like border stickers, and I really, really wanted to use those hearts there. I kind of thought they got lost a little bit there with the pattern. It's kind of a busy pattern, so I'm just going to move it up to the top of the photo just because I really, 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 I've been wanting to use these in a layout. I finally did get to use them. I just think they're so pretty, those little hearts there. And something you're not going to be seeing in this video because I decided this is something that it sat for a while, and then I said, yeah, I'm going to do it. I end up adding sequins. And thank God you don't have to see it because it was a very tedious process. But there's sort of like circles in that pattern paper, so I play off of those circles by adding the sequins into it. Just kind of going around those circles and adding different sequins from I believe I do the unicorn mode sequin mix, which is just kind of like pinks and whites, sort of like a translucent color, which is really cool. So you don't have to go through that whole process with me here, but and then here I'm just adding in my title, which I already told you about the alpha stickers there. I love those glittery whites. I'd actually purchased them a long, long time ago. I don't think they're a new shape or a new font or anything, but Michaels was still carrying them, so I purchased them. But anyway, back to the sequins. You will see, I think you'll see some of them in the close-up pictures. Which is good. And I really like the way that turned out. Just something different, more of like a focused, I guess, way to use the sequins than what I usually do of just like some sequins clusters. And I'd originally thought I was going to use the sequins. I wanted to do some sort of like burst some like lines coming off of the photo, and it didn't turn out that way in terms of the way I used the photo and the sketch and everything, but I like the way that I use them in terms of the circles. So here I'm just adding a couple more of those ephemera pieces from the Unicorns and Rainbows collection. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out all the links below, because that's where you can follow me on social media and find out where to purchase your own Cheeky Studio Unicorns and Rainbows collection and get all these great goodies. I love, 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 love all those little hearts and rainbows and butterflies that come in this collection, and all the sentiments and sayings on those cards and everything. They're just so super duper cute. No unicorns on this one. I thought about adding a unicorn, but I stayed away from the unicorns for this one. So anyway, you'll see unicorns in some other layouts. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. The close-ups are coming. Again, don't forget to subscribe, follow me on the blog, and all the links are below so you can get your own Cheeky Studio products at the Cheeky Studio shop. And don't forget my code, CookScrap10. It gets you a discount. Super awesome. I'll see you next time.